Tonight, we begin the first heat in Group B. And competing are Malcolm Burt, a police officer from Kenninghall, Norfolk. Jackie Hart, a communicator for the deaf from Renfrewshire, Scotland. Janet Morris, an airport manager from Purley in Surrey. And Andrew Thompson, a civil servant from Cheltenham.
Good evening. Welcome to the Krypton Factor and 6 demanding mental and physical tests that make this the toughest quiz on television. Last week we found our first grand finalist of 1992. Tonight we begin the search for another as we enter Group B. This is the first of 3 heats leading to the group final. So let's get underway with round 1, mental agility. And in tonight's test, the contestants will be looking for the number of different elements that make up a particular date or time or word. In the case of a date, for example, the 21st of September, it should be converted into 4 figures, 2109, to decide how many different numbers there are. In this case, 4. For a clock time, say 10 past 3, it's converted into a 24-hour clock, 0310, and the answer is 3, because only 3 of the 4 numbers are different. All times are before midday. But if I give a word, like for example chance, the answer would be 5, because there are only 5 different letters in that 6-letter word. Right, that's the test. Here now is the first contestant to tackle it. Let's welcome 30-year-old police officer from Kenninghall, Norfolk, Malcolm Burt. Welcome to you, Malcolm. 40 seconds on the clock. Are you ready to begin?
Yes.
Good luck. Your time starts now. Lamb.
4.
19th of September.
3.
21 minutes past 3.
4.
3,323.
2.
Dread.
4.
15th of June.
4.
5 minutes to 11.
2.
Wrong. 2,202.
2.
Hills.
4.
6th of May, 1966.
5.
14 minutes to 4. Don't need to answer that. It would have been 4, but in 40 seconds you've scored 9, which is a brilliant start, Malcolm. Well done. Take your seat, please. Now for our next contestant, 33-year-old communicator for the deaf from Linwood, Renfrewshire, Jackie Hart. Right, welcome, Jackie. Are you ready to start?
Yes.
Then good luck. Your 40 seconds begin now. Ease.
3.
21st of February.
3.
24 minutes past 4.
3.
6,016.
3.
Paper.
4.
7th of July.
2.
9 minutes to 10.
3.
Wrong. 4,104.
3.
Frame.
5.
10th of October, 1911.
3.
25 minutes to 4.
2.
Wrong. 16,000. Don't need to go any further. And in 40 seconds, you've scored 9, which is an outstanding start. Well done, Jackie. Take your seat. Our third contestant this evening is from Purley, Surrey. She's 27-year-old airport manager, Janet Morris. Welcome, Janet. 40 seconds on the clock. Are you ready to begin?
Yes.
Then the clock starts now. Cake.
4.
24th of April.
3.
6 minutes past 10.
3.
9,009.
2.
Brook.
4.
11th of January.
3. 2.
12 minutes to 10.
4.
1,913.
3.
Greed.
4.
14th of November, 1944.
4.
Wrong. 16 minutes to 5.
1.
Wrong. 15,905.
4.
Potato. Don't need to answer that, it would have been 4, but in 40 seconds you have scored 10, which is excellent. Janet, well done, take your seat. And now, completing tonight's contestant lineup, we welcome our 29-year-old civil servant from Cheltenham, Andrew Thompson. Welcome, Andrew. Are you ready to begin? Then the clock starts now. Room.
3.
14th of March.
4.
26 minutes past 6.
3.
9,099.
3.
Wrong. Green.
4.
23rd of February.
3.
8 minutes to 1.
4.
Wrong. 2,424.
2.
Apple.
3.
Wrong. 17th of October, 1971.
4.
27 minutes to 3.
2.
Well, it was 3, but just beaten there by the buzzer. Nonetheless, in 40 seconds, you scored 7, which is a good score. Well done, Andrew. Take your seat, please. Well, some of the highest scoring so far in that round this series. Let's see how it worked out as we go to the scoreboard. And there it is. In 4th place, Andrew with 2 points. Then in 3rd place, Malcolm with 4, although he got the same number of correct answers as Jackie, but Jackie was quicker, so he's 2nd with 6 points. But the winner of the round and the early leader with a Krypton Factor of 10, the airport manager from Purley, Surrey, Janet Morris. Round 2, and a Boeing 737 aircraft provides the challenge. Aboard British Midland's £15 million simulator at Colville, Leicestershire, the contestants must use their skill and coordination to follow the guidance of the flight director instrument to land the plane under the critical eye of Captain Ron Hardy. First to go is Malcolm Burt, and the approach this evening is into Sydney Airport, Australia. And he has drifted to the left of the runway, and that vertical bar moves right of centre, instructing him to turn the control column gently right, but he in fact turns it left, so he's way off course at the moment. But he's trying to correct it now, and as he gets closer to the centre line, so the vertical bar on the flight director moves back towards the middle. So this is a very bold recovery, and he might just make it, wrestling with the controls there. And down he comes, and that's a very hard landing, and in fact the computer registers undercarriage collapse, but he would have got out of it safely. Next is Jackie Hart, and as with all the contestants, he's being judged on his angle of descent and straightness of approach, and of course for his actual landing on the runway. This is a very good effort. He is nicely on line, just doesn't want to do anything drastic now on the control column, just very small inputs to keep the aircraft steady. Lifts the nose to flare for the landing. Down he comes, just left of the centre line, and that's a very nice touchdown indeed. Well done, Jackie. Now, Janet Morris, an airport manager, of course, at Gatwick, and a very different view of an airport from the one she's used to. And on the flight director, the vertical and horizontal bars form a perfect cross, which means she's precisely in the right place for landing, right on the centre line. Now, just has to hold it steady. Flares nicely and drops down onto the runway, and that is an excellent touchdown. Very good performance by Janet Morris. And finally, Andrew Thompson. Well, he's drifted way right of the runway and is slightly high. He tries to correct the direction, and the flight director will help him to do that. The horizontal bar on the flight director has dropped way down, so he should push forward on the control column until it returns to the middle. But he's not doing it. He's just not losing enough height, and he's drifting off course again. So this is beginning to look fairly hopeless for Andrew. He's just not going to be able to land it on that runway. Probably heading on for the Opera House now, so his flight has to be abandoned, and it's very hard luck, Andrew. Now for the result. Captain Ron Hardy decided it like this. 4th, Andrew Thompson, an erratic flight in which he lost his line of approach and failed to land, 2 points. 3rd, Malcolm Burt, his approach was never straight, and although he made a brave attempt to land, his undercarriage collapsed, 4 points. Second, Jackie Hart, a very good line of approach and descent. He handled the aircraft well and made a good landing, 6 points. And the winner, Janet Morris, perfect graphs and an outstanding performance ending with a gentle touchdown on the centre line, 10 points. Now all those points go into the scoreboard and no change in the order, but increasing her lead to 8 points. With a Krypton Factor now of 20, the airport manager from Purley, Janet Morris. So Janet's setting a very hot pace. The others will want to stop her here. Round 3 is our test of observation, in which the contestants' response to 6 questions is measured for accuracy and speed by electronic keypads. And those questions will be about tonight's instalment of our thriller about amnesia victim John Palmer's quest to discover his true identity. So contestants, turn to your screens, please, as Palmer and friend Sue decide what to do next in episode 5 of Dead Ringer.
You told me your name was John Palmer.
So I thought.
Well, there's a wallet in your inside pocket that has his credit card and his address.
I know.
There's a picture back there that even looks like you.
I know.
Only now you want me to believe that you're not Palmer after all.
Well, not according to his wife, no. Look, I know this doesn't make sense. And another thing, if I'm somebody else, then who was that maniac in the hospital trying to kill? Was it me or Palmer? What's the matter?
I don't need this. I had a very enjoyable life as a publisher, up until yesterday when I met you.
I know, I'm sorry. Look, I know this must sound crazy. If you just want me to get out and get out of your life, I will. It's just that you seem to be the only friend I've got at the moment. Where are we going?
My place, unless you can think of somewhere better. Look, I gotta pick up some bread and milk. I haven't been to the shop since Wednesday.
Hello, sir. Oh, I really like the gear, sir. Dead trendy. Like your bird, sir. Yeah, nice one.
Stop! Oh, shout! Now, you know me, don't you? Look, tell me who I am. What is my name?
Mr. Benton!
And what do I do? What is my job?
You teach us English and drama at Elmbank School.
Now, thanks, of course, to our stars there, Tony Slattery and Katie Puckrick. Now, contestants, would you take your keypads, please? They will record your choices and the speed in which you vote. And stand by now for question number 1. Sue said there was a credit card in Palmer's wallet, and what else? You have 5 seconds in which to answer. Here are your options. Your time is up, and the answer to that is C, address. Question 2. What did Sue say she had to buy, and when did she last go shopping? These are your choices. Time's up. The answer, A, bread and milk, last Wednesday. Question 3. What was the description of the video library advertised on the supermarket window? And the answer to that one, B, extensive. Question 4. Who was waiting outside the supermarket? The answer, C, 2 girls and a dog. Question 5. What did one of the boys say was the name of his school? Time's up. The answer, A, Elmbank School. And finally, question number 6. Between them, what headgear was worn by the 3 boys? And the answer to that is D, 1 red cap and 1 black cap. Right, well, all the answers are being instantly processed, and in fact, here is the result of the round. Jackie, you got just 1 right and finish 4th, 2 points. Malcolm, you got 3 right and are 3rd, 4 points. Janet, you got 4 correct and finished 2nd, 6 points. But Andrew, although you also got 4 right, it was in a faster time than Janet, so you win the round, 10 points. And immediately, let's see what difference that makes to the overall position. And there we have two contestants sharing second place, Jackie and Andrew on 14. But still the leader with a Krypton Factor now of 26, airport manager Janet Morris. And the handicap system allows Janet Morris to set off first, an airport manager at Gatwick. She also keeps herself very fit, a scuba diver, and she has been undergoing a special training programme at the Living Well Health Club at Gatwick Airport and goes to step aerobics 3 times a week. So she does believe she can do very well on this course, wants to establish a good lead here right at the start. But here are 3 men out to stop her. Malcolm Burt nearest to us, Jackie Hart in green in the middle and Andrew Thompson in blue on the far side, all setting off fairly quickly. But nonetheless, Janet has started well. She's going for these obstacles and attacking, just as Jackie's done there, is what it's all about. Attacking the obstacles, getting your technique right, and that's pretty good technique there by both Jackie and Malcolm Burt, and also by Janet Morris. She landed on the bar and immediately stepped forward and started to climb. So that's excellent stuff from Janet Morris. Jackie Hart down the fireman's pole, and he's gone well clear in second place now. And Janet giving this all she's got at the moment, hurling herself down the S-bend, now onto the chain bridge. There's a mistake, and she really must try to make no mistakes at all on the obstacles, knowing that Jackie Hart is closing all the time. Just look at that, rolling himself down the S-bend. That's very smoothly done, and he'll have picked up a few more seconds there. So he's closing on Janet Morris, and look at that, she's just missed another foothold, and she can't afford to do that with him so close. In fact, you can see Jackie just appearing to the left there, as again Janet's in a bit of trouble. She missed the rope, didn't pull herself over, and Jackie is now ever closer, just a couple of strides away. So can Janet hold on here? Has she got anything left for the finish? On to the stepping stones, she must step on every single one of them. And Jackie Hart, well, he's a very good athlete. He's a 400-metre runner with Kilbarchan Athletic Club, near where he lives in Renfrewshire. And here's the private battle for third place between police officer Malcolm Burt nearest to us and Andrew Thompson on the far side, as Janet strides on towards the Burma rope bridge, giving it all she's got. And there's a little stumble there from Jackie. Was that tiredness or over-exuberance? Still looks to have plenty of spring on his feet as he goes up to that Burma rope bridge and is almost level now with Janet. So stride for stride across the Burma rope bridge. It's all going to be decided coming down the aerial slide. Malcolm is clear in third place. 4 points look safe for him. But the battle here is for first place. And as they come down the aerial slide, they need to think about their landing. They must place their feet in the water early on as a safety measure for braking, and there's a time penalty if you don't do it properly. And in fact, Jackie there went right across the water, well ahead of Janet, and he may be in trouble there. So we'll just have to wait for an adjudication from the Army on whether they felt he did break the safety rules, which are rigorously applied on this assault course. And of course, if he did, a time penalty is imposed, and it could affect the result of the race. The moment he finishes in first place, and this is 6 foot 14 stone Malcolm Burt, the police officer, in third place ahead of Andrew Thompson. Janet Morris crosses the line in second place at the moment, but we have to wait and see if that's the final situation. And in the battle here for third place, it is the policeman from Norfolk, Malcolm Burt, who finishes third, and Andrew Thompson, who picks up 2 points for fourth. And we in fact have the adjudication. The Army decided he did break the strict safety rules, and that means that in the heat of the moment, that by not placing his feet in the water as he landed, he gained an unfair advantage over Janet, as you can see there, who did place her feet in the water. So their positions are reversed, and the overall position at the end of the round with a Krypton Factor of 36 from Purley, Surrey, Janet Morris. An unfortunate end to the race for Jackie, but he very sportingly accepted the fairness of that decision. But now just 2 rounds to go. This is the intelligence test and a 3-dimensional logic problem. Contestants, take your positions, please. In front of each of them are 8 cubes. 3 of the faces on each cube are magnetized. The task is to determine the polarity of these faces so that the 8 cubes can be put together to form a single larger cube. And remember the golden rule. Like poles repel and opposite poles attract. Are you ready, contestants? The test starts now. Well, first of all, a quick word about the magnetic composition of the cubes. Of the 8, one has 3 faces all positive. Another has 3 faces all negative. Then in a further group of 3 cubes, each has 2 sides positive and 1 negative. And in the final group of 3, each has 2 sides negative and 1 positive. So the task for the contestants is to work out which is which, and then find an arrangement where opposite poles meet. Jackie Hart there wrongly placing the non-magnetised sides together. And clearly, all the magnetised sides must be on the inside of the giant cube, leaving the symmetrical pattern on the outside. Malcolm Burt, I think he has a magnetised face match with a non-magnetised one there. Now, is Andrew Thompson going to win here? He's going to place those two halves together, and then we'll know as it comes apart, so it's not the correct arrangement. But Janet may have found it. The whole cube must stick together when lifted, and it does. That's brilliantly done. 10 points to Janet Morris. Now, it looks like Malcolm might get second place. We won't know until he lifts it. And yes, indeed, 6 points to Malcolm Burt. Well done. So the battle now for third place, and Andrew, who at one time looked like he might win, is still searching desperately for the solution, while Jackie looks like he's got third place all sewn up, but now it comes apart, so Andrew could still beat him to the 4 points, and yes, he's done it. Third place to Andrew Thompson. Well, another brilliant performance by Janet in absolutely unstoppable form this evening. Let's go to the scoreboard, and there you can see both Malcolm and Jackie on 22, but now 24 points clear with a Krypton Factor of 46 from Pearly Surrey, Janet Morris. Into the sixth and final round, and Janet may be way out in front, but it's still possible to catch her. And don't forget, a high-scoring second place could clinch a place in the group final too. 90 seconds of rapid-fire general knowledge questions to be answered on the buzzer. 2 points for a correct answer, but 2 points deducted for a wrong one. Good luck to you all. The clock starts now. What is the capital of Iraq? Jackie?
Baghdad.
Correct. What sort of creature is Bilbo Baggins in J.R.R. Tolkien's Andrew?
A hobbit.
Correct. Which bird of prey has varieties called Hobby, Laughing and Peregrine? Jackie?
Falcon.
Correct. Who succeeded Bob Hawke as Australia's Prime Minister? Janet?
Paul Keating.
Correct. Joseph Francis Keaton, star of many silent films, was known by... Jackie?
Buster.
Correct. Since 1982, who has presented Blockbusters, the television quiz? Malcolm?
Bob Holness.
Correct. If His Holiness refers to the Pope, His Eminence refers to which other church dignitary? Malcolm?
Archbishop of Canterbury.
No, Cardinal. A cardiograph records the... Jackie?
Heartbeat.
Correct. Who wrote the novels Heart of the Country, The Cloning of Joanna May and The Life and Loves of a She-Devil? The answer is Fay Weldon. Which gas used in welding is produced from calcium carbide? Jackie?
Argon.
No, acetylene. Tallinn is the capital of which Baltic republic? Jackie?
Estonia.
Correct. Which stone tablet founded in 1799 in Egypt provided the key to decipher it? Jackie?
The Rosetta Stone.
Correct. Which colleague of Dante Gabriel Rossetti married Effie Gray and had the first names of John Everett? The answer is Millet. How many millilitres make 1 litre? Jackie?
1,000.
Correct. Who composed the Symphony of 1,000 and the Song of the Earth? Answer, Gustav Mahler. Which palace given to the first Duke of Marlborough was named after one of his battles? Jackie?
Buckingham.
No, Blenheim. What are... That's it. The end of the round, the end of the contest, and the winner tonight with a magnificent Krypton Factor of 48, the airport manager from Pearly Surrey, Janet Morris. Well, she led from start to finish, and all our congratulations go to Janet on her superb victory. And we look forward to seeing her again in the Group B final. In the meantime, from all the contestants here and from myself, good night.
Gordon returns tomorrow night at the same time. Coming up next, though, is Dog the Bounty Hunter feeling out of his depth? Perish the thought. Find out after the break.